everyone. The scenario that I'm going to discuss today is pretty interesting. It's related to Agile, and it actually talks about the importance of collaboration among the team members and the utility of backlog grooming session in Agile mindset. So let me first read out the scenario, and then we are going to discuss the option choices. The scenario says that an Agile project manager based in country A is working with a development team and business analyst in country B and quality assurance team in country C. During the second sprint, it becomes apparent that all of the test cases have failed. The Agile facilitator ascertains that the business analyst changed the acceptance criteria of the stories and only communicated these changes to the local team. What should the Agile project manager, implement going forward to prevent this from occurring? We have four choices. Option A, password protection on the user stories. Option B, signed change control documentation. Option C, automated change notification from the user story tool. And option D, backlog grooming. See, this is a long scenario, but the short context is that this is a geographically diversified or geographically dispersed team. So three countries are involved in this project. And the problem is that in the second sprint, during the second sprint, actually, not after the second sprint, during that sprint, it became evident that all the test cases got failed for the reason that the acceptance criteria had been changed by the business analyst, right? Of course, if the acceptance criteria had been changed, then there's no reason why the test cases would not be failed, because verification is totally dependent on acceptance criteria, and so is the validation. So the problem is that collaboration was missing among the different geographically dispersed teams, right? So what could be the possible solution that would resolve the root cause of this situation? And the root cause was collaboration, like I said. So one by one, we are going to see the options, and I'm going to tell you that why, which option is the correct one. But before that, what could be the other superficial options, which probably on the look of it would look nice, but those actually would create silos or would lead to micromanagement, which is against the concept of agility mindset. Option A, password protection on the user story. This is going to be, this is going to be very judgmental, and this is going to be not a good idea at all, because this way you are going to create silos among the team. We do not want them to be scattered. We want them to be together, well gelled, right? This is exactly the problem over here, that they are a team, but they are not together. So if we are going to create password protection, then they would be definitely struggling to access the stories, to access the acceptance criteria and the other attributes of the user story. So A is definitely not an idea, not a good idea, at least. Could be an idea, but not a good idea to prevent this situation from recurring. Option B, signed change control documentation. So we are actually answering this scenario from the project management perspective. So if we expect that the project manager is a person who is going to actually approve or validate those changes for the agile, then this is actually not the agility mindset, number one. This is a predictive mindset, right? Or the traditional way of working, where the changes have to be approved from project manager or certain boards and management structures. So this is going to create unnecessary, I would say, stringent behavior in the process. And this is again against the agile values and principles. So agile value number one, which is individuals and their interactions, violates with this attitude, because individuals and their interactions actually expect that all the different team members in as well as the product owners, scrum master, and maybe subject matter experts as well, they are collaborative, they are mutually inclined towards the changes, right? Maybe all of them would not be needed if the team is a big group, especially, but at least the relevant stakeholders, in this case, the relevant stakeholders from all the three countries should be informed about those changes, and they should be taken into the loop as well about the changes and how those are going to be impacting the sprint and the release, and they should be talking about that with each other as well as with the product owner as well. If this is only about the current sprint, current ongoing sprint, then this conversation is more about the team and less about the product owner. Of course, the team is going to go back to the product owner to realign, but first they need to be having a conversation with each other. If one person is taking the charge on the account of others and without their consent, then this is a big problem. This attitude is termed as autocratic decision making, and this attitude is not acceptable in agile mindset. In agile mindset, the journal expectation is problem solving in collaboration. So B is also not an option. C is automated change notifications from the user story tool. So maybe some of you would say that this is a good idea, and I don't disagree with that. This could be a good idea, but this is a partially good idea. Why? Because this way, at least all the team members all across the 3 countries would be notified about the changes. Anybody is going to make the change. It could be business analyst, it could be a team member, it could be a subject matter expert, could be a project manager. Everybody from in the team is going to get a notification. So some part of this problem is going to be sorted. But again, I would say that this is going to be a partial or a superficial solution. Why? Because the question is not only about getting the updates. The question is about involvement. Their opinion, their viewpoint, their value addition should be there. It's not only about somebody is making the decision and others are just expected to obey that, right? C is actually about that. So C is not going to keep the team well gelled as well. This option is going to keep them updated. This is correct. At least that problem is going to be sorted with C, that they were not aware, but maybe they would not be agree to everything which is being changed, and how we are going to resolve this, but resolve that with option C. So option C, like I said, is a partial solution, and at least not the best solution among the 4 choices. The best solution that we have is backlog grooming. So when I present this question to my students, they ask me this question that, Tuba, how come backlog grooming is going to resolve this problem? And most of them are after option B or option C, saying that this is the best solution. And when I posted this question, I posted it for the same reason, because I knew that this is a tricky one and people are usually very judgmental about their opinion, maybe based on their experience from their real life project management. And I observed the same, that 53%, like almost half of the people who attempted this question, they were of the opinion that C is the best thing to do. And I knew that. So this is the reason why I explained it in detail, that why C is not the best answer. It could be it could be a partial solution or some part of the solution, but this is not the complete solution, or at least this is not going to solve the root cause of the problem, right? The root cause of the problem, which is missing collaboration, is going to be 100% sorted out by backlog grooming. How? So what is backlog grooming? Backlog grooming is an exercise, as the name suggests, and I'm sure those who are in agile implementation and a practical agile experience, they must be aware that backlog grooming is an exercise where the product backlog and release backlogs are groomed and refined and prioritized and updated and this and that, right? And this session is usually led by the product owner along with the business analyst, could be led by the business analyst as well in alignment with the product owner, could be led by the project manager as well. But the essence is that during this session, everybody who is relevant to to those backlog items being refined and updated should be there, and their value addition and their opinion and their viewpoint are taken into consideration. So it should be about mutual consent of what is being changed in the product. It should not be only coming from the product owner or the business analyst or something. Yes, in some cases, it could be product owner and business analyst only, because refining those stories in a prospective session by both of them or any of them is going to be a good idea. But generally, backlog grooming demands or suggests that the respective team members relevant to those user stories or features being discussed in a backlog grooming session should be there. And if this meeting is going to happen with the team members, then this problem would never arise. So in this way, all the different countries and their team members would always be present, and it's not going to be like one person taking the charge on the account of others, right? So backlog grooming is going to be the best thing to do in this scenario as per the four choices available. Generally, the answer would be some sort of collaboration. It could be different other collaborative meetings as well. But backlog grooming is particularly for acceptance criteria and backlog items and change management and feedback from the reviews and this and that, right? And yes, feedback from the retrospective as well could be discussed in backlog grooming as well. So backlog grooming is the best thing to do in this situation. So I hope you like this explanation. If you still have a follow-up question on this scenario, feel free to drop that in the comment section and I will make sure to answer that. I will be back very soon with a new PMP scenario. And if you would like to interact with me other than YouTube channel, my contact details are available on the screen. Feel free to reach out to me over WhatsApp or via email. And I definitely would be collaborating with you over there as well. Take care.